Good evening.
We're back.
I took a long layoff.
Well, it's great to be back, Fred.
Yeah, same to you, Jimbo. Good evening, as always. October 6th, 6:30 this evening. Happy to see everybody.
Absolutely here. We got
What a night.
gorgeous night.
Yeah, this ain't a one Buffalo studio. This is one Fred and Jimmy studio. No Mike Toludo. I haven't heard from him in a while. Just us two tonight.
Yeah, it's just the bare basics tonight.
Yeah, back to our roots as usual. So I'm happy to say that that Jimmy's got new headphones on. Soundcore hooked us up. No, he didn't. This is not a sponsor. I bought it for him because I love my big brother, and he needs some new gear. I saw a lot of my spec tips reviews on certain Soundcore cars by Anchor, and I got in this Q20 Plus, the new edition, wireless headsets to active noise canceling. This is not a sponsored plug. I'm just plugging in for everybody else. How do you like them, Jimbo?
Great. I don't have to worry about cords sticking out of the podcast. Yeah, or this little
my beats are a little worn in. They're still serving the purpose. So let's get right into it. We're catching up a little bit. Been gone away for a few months. As you know, Jack Echo trade rumors and all that saga have been going on before the draft. You already know about that. A lot of people have been paying attention to that. Preseason's been going on. We watched a game last night, and it was a doozy last night. It was a doozy. The Sabres had a healthy 3-0 lead. Then the Penguins came back towards the third. Sabres score again. Penguins tied it up on extra 6-on-5 before the end of the period. And then they went to overtime. Nothing happened. And then it was a wild shootout.
What time round actually? It was quite an entertaining preseason game. But that's what preseason is all about. It's for the fans. It's really not mean anything.
It's another money maker for the NHL, but that's another story. You know that darn well. Anyway, what are your thoughts on the young kids from last night, from what you saw?
J.J. Patero stood out to me. One guys, obviously Jack Coyne was, one. Brett Murray was, scored that first goal was the basic deflection in front of the net there. Again, but this is kind of what the team's going to be built around now. Obviously, we all know the offseason. We all know what's happened previously. This is a new direction here. Sorry, that's our name. So my apologies, but this is kind of the new young blood here. That's going to be taken over in the next couple of years. I'm obviously disappointed that we haven't made the playoffs in 11 years, and obviously know that fans out there, had not been happy with the product on the ice for the last decade. I think this is kind of like a reset. I'm kind of looking forward for this young core group to kind of take over and really make some progress here. Obviously, I know we're not going to make the playoffs. I know, we're a ways away from that. But, seeing some, there's obviously a lot of mistakes that you're going to have during the game. It's just like the game. You see like the flashes. Casey Mills in Columbus almost had a hat trick the other night, and then you look at this, obviously there's still going to be ways on the defense side. Dellings have been struggling a little bit. Didn't have his best game in Columbus. You thought he played pretty well rebound last night. Then the guys that are not playing. There we go, Mavis again. Sorry. So yeah, that's our new dog Mavis in the background. So
Yeah.
Walking the dog. So I don't want, but and then you get Owen Power, number 1 pick in the draft. There, obviously he's playing in Michigan. So many young guys gonna, and obviously once the Eichel trade does happen, adding more young prospects, then they actually you get to work for the Sam's. Who's it's Sam, right?
Sam who?
No, the top prospect for 2022.
No, it's Shane Wright.
Yes, I meant Shane Wright. Sorry, Shane Wright. It started with that. I was close, but Shane Wright's the number 1 overall pick.
How I remember that off the top of my head, I do not know. But I guess I follow too much hockey to remember everything.
I know. But like I said, I think this is time to work out kinks. Another thing too is like Don Crowell said this post game in Columbus about correctable mistakes, and you saw that in both like guys make mistakes, but they're correctable. You never really got that Brock like about connecting to it and stuff. I think Crowell's more straightforward with his answers. It's not like this weird connectivity and this. It's like, oh, this is a mistake, but it's correctable. It's not, all this complicated stuff. It's more straightforward, kind of like Buffalo wanted.
I can't disagree more. I mean, Cousins wasn't on the score. Well, maybe I think he got assist on Mirko, but I think they were saying it was his best game of the preseason. I mean, I didn't notice a lot of him offensively. And obviously, we know it's not Jack Eichel. We know that. We don't have to talk about that part of the equation.
Well, you got to remember, he's still a young player. He's going to have his struggles like any young player in the NHL. So, again, like I said, this is more about development now. This is not about, the Eichels, the Reinhardt, Rosa Lines anymore. This is about your
cousins. We traded most of them. You know that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's really what the whole offseason has been, as you all know, is trimming the fat. This has been a losing culture for a long time, as we all know. This hasn't. This is now Kevin Ed's team that he wants. He wants a young core that wants to play for Buffalo, that really connects with the city, and not, what was going on previously. I remember mentioning, I will get before the previous season that the Sabres did not make playoffs, that Jack Eichel was going to leave. So, but we'll get more into that in a second here.
No, I'm just listening to everything you had to say, Jimbo. Yes, I was impressed by Brett Murray a little bit. Seems like he didn't play a lot. We saw the Thompson Paterka line.
Thompson at center,
I was liking the Ristolainen and Stroza. And who else was playing? Was it Paterka on that line? Or who
I think it might have been Paterka.
I can't. No, it might have been flip flopping because Eakin was playing with Hayden and I'm gonna forget everybody. I mean, it happens. I mean, I should know my players. I suck. But no, it's that Stroza line was pretty effective. I've noticed them a lot last night. It seemed like Darlene and Yokar was struggling a bit last night again, working out some kinks. Hopefully, that works itself out. I mean, nice to see Pizik back in the Sabres uniform. I think Will Butcher's been playing the whole preseason. He's another new acquisition. Pizik was our draft pick of ours, but we re-signed him to 1 year, $750K deal. Need I say more? Anyway, other than the Shield loss, I mean, there's not much to talk about as far as like who totally stood out. I I think UPL needs a lot of seasoning, or not just a lot of seasoning, but I think sending Rochester just to get him more acclimated. I mean, he's played down there. He played with the Sabres a little bit earlier, and maybe this is jumping on the lap of
She's my love
Jimbo.
child.
We
She's
don't
taking up
mind.
most of the show. Like, for those of you who are watching here, this is Mavis right here. She's taking up like half the screen I'm on. She's the most adorable thing.
I love having pets. I love these kids.
Hey, Mavis, you can say hi to the camera.
Nah, I wouldn't say too much. Like,
I'm just kidding. She's like, what is going on here?
Anyway, so there's an update on Jack Eichel as well. No, I can't even get my words out properly as usual.
No, I have the quote from.
You want to quote from Elliot Freeman first, or you want to quote from Darren Drager?
I'm going to quote from Drager. So this is from Darren. I'm going to zoom this. I have a hard time zooming in. So this is from Darren Drager. Sources say that Eichel saga may be shifting. Ongoing discussions and additional access to Jack Eichel's medical file has helped teams with trade interest clear situations. Both sides are hopeful something can be worked out as soon with one of the clubs in the mix. There. And then this is an update from Sabres Source 2. The Sabres Source have been sharing additional medical information with teams interested in Jack Eichel to help teams see the situation clear. Both sides hope something can be worked out with one of the teams. This is still very anger. I'm sorry. It's repeating.
And then Elliot Freeman's 32 thoughts, paraphrasing. Obviously, there's a push to find a solution. The disc can't be allowed just to sit on the nerve. It's not. I'm sort of paraphrasing. We know this.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that again? I couldn't quite hear you.
Well, yeah, obviously there's a push to find a legitimate solution. You can't allow that disc to sit on the nerve, obviously. Eichel's going to need surgery sooner rather than later. Caprizon has been trying to help facilitate things with other teams, letting the medical information being shared. That's the big thing since this thing's gone on. Eichel switched representation. So I think that this will resolve itself eventually within the next month or so. I'm just paraphrasing from Elliot Freeman. That's the source. I got not much on that. It's been a crazy past few months. Before the Asian representation switch, there was a real stalemate between Adams, the Sabres side of things, and Eichel's representation. And it really made everything hostile between both sides. As a fan, you didn't want to see it come to this. However, it was inevitable.
Yeah. It was inevitable. I remember saying about a year and a half ago, before last season started, that if the Sabres did not make the playoffs, this was sort of the situation was going to happen. Now, granted, we didn't know that about this injury was going to happen. With the neck. He obviously got injured before the start of last season. Of course, obviously with the COVID and stuff, kind of threw a bunch of monkey into the mix. But this is a situation that's been burned for a long time. On time here. You obviously talking about Jack Eichel's press conference not being happy. The whole back and forth with the agent switch, debate whether to get surgery about artificial replacement or neck fusion surgery. This has been one of those situations you knew was not gonna be pretty. I mean, and quite frankly, I think Emerson, speaking of which, Emerson says I can join. Hello, can I join in here? Yes, yes, you can.
The link should be on the podcast thing. If I don't have you on there, I'll send the link to you quick. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. All right. So Emerson's going to join us a little late.
I'm going to try to get him on here.
Why not?
It's so.
Why not? I mean, we got Bills and Chiefs to go on. I mean, so but again, going back to this is the best. This is sort of the best news we've heard in a while. That the team medical records are being released. That there's because somebody's gonna.
Yeah, I gotta forward this to him. So give me 1 second.
Yeah. So going back to Eichel, we know the situation was not. We know that this has been
okay. I'm sending it via Facebook, by the way, Emerson. If you're listening,
I'm sure that's why I say, Jimmy, can I? No, but honestly, like this situation with Eichel, you knew wasn't going to be pretty. I hope that I hope for the sake of Eichel that he gets healthy. Number one. Number two, I hope that we can get some sort of common ground to where to some sort of resolution. I think that's all we want is a resolution. He's going to get traded one way or another. The question is it still going to be the ask price for what from months earlier, or is it going to be someone less? That's the big question.
I don't think the asking price has changed.
No, it's not. But I do got to commend Adams. It's let's kind of take a little bit on Adams' side. He's been holding firm. Of not trading for less than what he's asked for. I mean, this is a pretty serious trade that it has long-term implication. And if you lose this trade, I mean, this could set the franchise back a few years. It's already bad enough.
The O'Reilly did. The O'Reilly trade did that.
Well, yeah, the O'Reilly did that. You're right about that. But this could set it back further if you don't get. I mean, but of course, it all depends on Eichel's health. Eichel has to be healthy and show these teams that he can. He's obviously got at least another 10 years left here or more. So I think you getting the surgery and then is critical. Whether it's the disc replacement or whether it's the fusion, But like I said, this has.
Hey, Emerson, hold on. Did you get my link? Oh, I'm not on Messenger.
Okay, so Fred's.
Let me see if I'll send it again.
Fred's trying to get Emerson.
Sorry, I'm doing this on live chat, folks.
Yeah. So Fred's doing.
Okay, I'm resending you a link.
Fred's taking care of some housekeeping business.
Okay.
As usual.
Try that.
All right. So quickly, while we're waiting for Emerson to get on here, for those out there,
let me know. Just message me when you get it.
Okay. All right. So So why don't we do my announcement here for the new podcast, the co-host here. Well, Fred's still.
Yep.
Can you just type it in? If I can type in the announcement.
Yeah, hold on.
Fred's like I said, Fred's doing on the fly stuff on the show. Yeah, he's the.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, don't be sorry, Fred. I mean, I'm fine with that. It's part of the show. Embers is much part of this show as I am. So we got to bring him. So we're trying to. And so we're trying to get him on the show. He's in a different location, obviously. So we're.
This might be an issue with the thing.
You messed up the fiery Buffalonians, Fred.
Oh well, I don't care.
Fred, do you break it? Do you want to? Fred, do you want to do the announcement?
You're doing the announcement. I guess
Jimmy found his co-host, and it ain't me. No, it's obviously not you because it wouldn't be my show. No, but seriously, I got a new co-host. No, a co-host for the new podcast. His name is Connor Cunningham. We just quiet. Hey, 1 second. Maybe just chill out. Yeah, so Connor Cunningham is our new co-host for the upcoming Two Fire Buffalo podcast. So him and I are going to do a different show. I'm going to, as far as this show's concerned, I'm going to back away from the show. Kind of have it more fresh. It's kind of more fresh show with his brainchild. Even though it's both our shows, but it's really his show. So I'm more off to him. I'm kind of doing my own show, kind of with my input in mind, and of course, same with my co-host. We're gonna have equal input on this. So, we'll have a date and time set up as soon as possible. It's gonna be more focused on specifically Bills and Sabres content, but more specifically Bills, and during the Bill season, then we'll have so that's kind of the plan. I haven't really thought about it. I haven't really planned it out yet as far as how we're gonna do this, but that's gonna be so Connor's gonna be our co-host, my coach for the new show. And
I can. Okay.
Oh, I
can do this.
Oh, hang on here.
I'm trying something else.
Fred's trying something else while we're at it here.
Okay. See if that works.
All right.
Okay.
So again, so this is the brightest show. We've been waiting to launch this podcast for quite some time. Just haven't done it. Obviously, due to the pandemic, I haven't found a co-host until now. So I feel like this is the right time for this new show. As far as the Two Fiery Buffalonians name, I may change it on. Because we're not fiery individuals. We may, even though it says Two Fiery Buffalonians podcast, we might, we're open to suggestions. If you guys,
it's called Two Salty Buffaloes with kimchi roll and horseradish sauce.
No, it's not. No, but if fans of the show on Stop and Remember, if you have any suggestions, please leave in the comments. Please leave in the comment section, on Facebook, at Stop Interrupting Podcast or my Fred's got it. What the quick?
Nothing. I just have a little fun.
Just a way to blow the smoke up my announcement is that you're doing AEW promo.
A shameless plug.
That's
a sneaky AEW promo.
You had to do
that on TNT.
Oh, I know. That's 8 p.m. on TNT, but that's not really the podcast, pal.
No, I know. I'm just having fun.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're trying to.
We talk so much, it's like dull, boring.
We got
that has better content than we do. Ranting Ron Show. Another plug. Go watch his YouTube channel.
The Air Raid Show. The Rico Report. Any one of you guys come on our show, please. My show.
Yeah, I have a suggestion.
What's this?
I go. Sabres News Consolidated. Eric Lano Jr. Come on my show. You're the next contestant on my show.
Yeah, well, Andrew Pierce and Rob. Oh, there he is. Yes.
I made it. I made it.
There he is. Thank you.
I made it. I got to the right link and it was good. Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
No problem. By the way, I got a co-host. I'm just announcing to the YouTubers out there that I got a new co-host for my new podcast.
Excellent. Well, it's great. It's good to see you, boys. It's been a while.
Yeah,
it's good to see you cut out. No.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're going back to the trio that started it all. And of course, as you know, Emerson's not in his old location, it's in a brand new location in South Buffalo here.
Shameless plug for
you guys remember this? Remember this from the old house? You guys stayed here.
Yeah. Nice little,
it looks like a 16th century chapel.
That was at that house for a long time. You guys knew that. I mean, you guys went to my house for a long time. I was always there.
That's where we did our first show.
That's right. I remember that. How you guys doing? You guys enjoying the Bills? I'm sorry, I know you guys are talking about.
The Bills. I got Bills fan. I got Bills Cheese Fever Sunday.
Thank you for the segue. We're sitting to the Bills cheese preview.
Okay, we'll go to the Bills. Yeah.
All right. So obviously,
now I'm going to be.
Sorry, I take that back. Let him talk.
I'm going to be moderator for this.
Oh, Emerson, you and me debating. I love this.
Thank you for the. KO. Let's jump off the script for a minute because the Patriots and Buccaneers was an entertaining game, a tight game, not the best Brady game. We don't care. Except for you. Seems like
I'm kind of all in on the Bills this year. I mean, after 7 for me, I love Brady, but
stop lying to me.
No, honestly, Fred, I'm telling you, I'm honest with you.
Buccaneers during the Super Bowl.
I mean, if the Bucs were there, I'd root for them. But the Bills, I've been rooting for the Bills this year. You'd be really proud of me, honestly. So it's true. I've actually jumped ship. Actually, kind of literally after.
Oh my God! You say with a straight face you're bailing on Brady? Are you kidding me?
This is breaking news to you boys. Yeah, and I still like Brady, but the Bills became number 1 for me this season.
So what was your thought of the game before we get to the Chiefs-Bills preview? Since you're on with us, what did you think of the game?
The Bucs, Pats. I thought, Tampa. I think in many ways they obviously was a tough loss they had against the Rams. I think anytime you try to have to fly back and then fly up to another part of the country and then you're playing in not the greatest conditions, it's always going to be tough. I mean, they did what they had to do to win. I think Brady was relieved, but Mac Jones. I think he's good, but I think the Bills will be good for the most part. But I think they found a quarterback, New England, for the most part. We'll see. I mean, he's got a long way to go.
Offense in the third quarter.
Yeah, I mean
that's where they really started opening up there.
He seems like he's got the right kind of rhythm for that offense and stuff like that. I mean, but I don't know. I think they probably need another year or two to get it together. I mean, I think the expeditions would be next year, but. No, I think the Bills will be around for a long time. The Dolphins.
Oh, what did you think about the Dolphins? I don't know what's going on with the Dolphins. Were they supposed to be our competition this year?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and kind of see.
After we destroyed them 35-0, I don't think.
Just remember, folks, the AFC East is 1-3, and we are 3-1 right now.
I know. Thank God for that. I know. But no, actually,
we injured Tua.
I know, Tua, and then the Jets. I mean, we never know with them, but no, I figured, Fred, it's perfect. Why don't we just segue to the Bills and Chiefs? I'm really excited for them because I feel pretty good. I don't know how you guys are feeling about it, but
I feel like I need a Twinkie.
You need a Twinkie? What do you need, Jimbo?
Actually, I need some water for else. Let me grab some water here, and then I'll be right back here. So I'll let Fred moderate and give everything to go here. Start with the
He's on the move.
He's on the move.
Our ranking reporter on the scene. No. So I'm happy to talk about this because it's been a while since I've talked a lot of sports content. 4 months. Truth be told, leading up to this, I felt like we should have defeated Pittsburgh after blowing a 10-0 lead.
Yeah.
And then the defense played well the second week. A pretty good shutout. Allen wasn't up to par yet. And then in the third game, Allen took off and the defense held true against who do we face the third week now? Because I can't. The Washington football team. Dan Snyder's new mascot, the Washington Red Hatters, but and a host of other Red Hatters in that football team. Need I say more? Yeah. So that wasn't a shutout. This past week against the Texans was a 40-0 shutout. So
Yeah.
my oh my. And then Kansas City is 2-2. You could probably tell me who they won against, who they lost against. But yeah, I'm just so glad that Jimmy's not looking at his phone again.
Well, I'm going to be looking up stats here on Kansas City defense here. So, according to the football database here, Buffalo's number one with 11 points. 4 games has the least amount of points per game, 11 points.
At one point,
Guess what? Kansas City, 31st with 31.2 points they're allowing per game.
Yeah, it's funny. The Chargers beat the Chiefs by a final score of 30-24 2 weeks ago.
Eagles put a lot on them too.
Yes, I did.
Oh man.
So repeat that. Repeat the stats.
So okay, Bills are number 1 in defense. They're allowed 11 points a game. Kansas City 31st with 30 allowing 31 points, 0.2 games. And look at this. So if we look at total yards given up, Bills are number 1 with 216.8 yards, which is crazy. Look at what Kansas City given. Okay, they're giving up 291.8 yards. I mean, yeah. Okay, so now you can look at that and say that say that we play against back quarterbacks. I mean, when you have 2 shutouts in 4 weeks, I mean, that's quite something. I mean,
pretty good.
It's crazy. One shutout in one season is great, but 2 shutouts in 4 weeks, that's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, who would have thought?
I think there's I was going to say, you make a good point, though, like that Chiefs defense really has been getting exposed, and that's kind of, like, that team needs to, like, score 35 points a game. I mean,
that's
it's kind of crazy.
Kansas City.
I know.
Well, that's they don't. Like, so you look at a Kansas City defense here. If I'm the Bills offense, what they have to do is they got to keep the Kansas City defense off balance. You got to, we've seen this Bills team win a multitude of ways. They can win by a high throw, passing shootout. They can win by running down your throats. They can win special teams into the win, but that's another story. But this team, they haven't got diversity of offense. Last week it was Dawson Knox. The week before it was Emmanuel Sanders with 4 touchdowns. The week before it was Singletary. No, it was the Bostinator.
Somebody got
rude.
Emerson acting like he has no problems with his part.
No, but
I'm really impressed. Well, you make a good point. I'm really impressed with what Allen's been doing, though. He's come a long way. I mean, I think we all were shocked, like you said, guys, earlier about the Steelers. But now look at that team now. I mean, I'm sorry to segue away from the Bills Chiefs. What do you think of Big Ben? Is he? Is this it for Ben?
I think he calls it quits. I just, the yards are stuck there. Not, I mean, there's some place where he has it, but it's just very inconsistent, But, again, he's been through a lot of wear and tear over his career, playing that athletic style that for a decade, He had no running game last year, and he still had no running game this year. So,
he was Najee Harris, yeah.
I think the Big Mantis burger has been taken off the McDonald's menu. That's all I gotta say about that.
That's always typical. Fred isn't try to have a serious conversation.
He needs to do it himself, or the team needs to do it for him.
Oh my God, Fred, you are on fire tonight.
The flavor on that Roethlisberger sandwich is sold on me. It's too old. It's so rotten that they couldn't even get the cheeseburger.
It's not Philly cheese. It's not Philly cheese. It's not Pittsburgh Philly cheesesteak.
It's a McDonald's version of McStuffins, whatever you want to call Roethlisberger. I don't care. He absolutely sucks. Other than the first game of the season, he's got no talent left. He's old, washed up. Or is his offensive line washed up?
You're saying he's overdone. You're saying he's overdone.
The only thing carrying the Pittsburgh team is that defense. Otherwise, they don't know how to score, pass, run. I'm just having fun with this because I don't know nothing about Pittsburgh Steelers other than what the game I watched. I haven't watched any of the games since.
I know.
Oh, my.
All right. What's your prediction, Fred, for Sunday? What's your thought? What are your keys, I should say?
Keys of the game.
Run the damn football. Run it as often and as early as you can. And everything in between. Just put a man strong in front of the Kansas City offensive line and just push it over. They've been giving up so many points, it's pathetic. The 2 wins they had, it was tight scores. 33-29 against the Browns. And 42 ball. It was a wider margin by the Eagles by about 12 points. But it was a 1-point game between the Chiefs and Ravens. And it was 36-35 Baltimore won. And a 1-score possession that the Chargers beat them. So if you're a betting man, you're going to need a touchdown and a half for the Bills to beat the Chiefs.
Well, first off here, whoever gave the 17 points to the Bills last week against the Texans, I mean, that's insane.
That was underrated, by the way. It should have been 45 points.
Well, in the spread, like, who gets 17 points? I'm really favorite in that independent. I have no idea. I mean, that's unheard of. That's like giving 50 to Alabama or something. All right, so my keys to the game, I got several keys to the game in this game. Number one, the Bills front four. Can they get the pass rush out of Mahomes? We know how Mahomes is, with his playmaking ability, just inside and outside the pocket. You got to get him to the ground. You got to disrupt.
I don't disagree with you on that. We're going to start with that. You're not going to contain Mahomes too many times. You're going to have to slow Tyreek Hill down, Travis Kelce down. If you can slow them down a bit and hope that your offense scores more than they do, that would be a benefit. So I would be shocked if the Bills fully dominate the Kansas City offensive side of the Kansas City offense. But if they do, oh my God! Somebody call my mama. The Bills will win the Chiefs' butt.
So that was my first.
You're going to need to at least score 40 points on Kansas City. At least 40.
My next. Well, my second point is, what's their offense? Josh Allen, his offense has not been clicking all the cylinders, but they've still been scoring points. So my statement is, what offense are they going to bring to Kansas City? Are they going to run it down their throat? Are they going to try to air it out? Are they going to try to use the tight end more? There's so, you know, you have to score points on this Chiefs defense. You know, this is going to be a pretty high scoring affair. You know, you're going to have to score in the 30s, obviously, to make this competitive game to win, or you're not going to win. You know, we saw it last year in the NFC Championship game that Bill scored only 9 points on the Chiefs. That's what. And again, the reason why they drafted like they did was to compete against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's what really this whole offseason with the drafting is for this team. I mean, you know, in order to beat the man, you got. I mean, you already beat the man, you got to beat the man. Well, right now the Chiefs for the Bills are that team. You know, if they can knock them off at Arrowhead, you know, that's going to put in my mind that the Bills are the best team. I don't care why Epson has drinks water. This is not the segment for that show.
That's my soda stream.
Oh, I see.
My soda stream.
I must have put it on perfect timing.
No, but yeah, that's like my major. And the last thing I'm going to say, be prepared for battle because this is going to be Sunday Night Football. You know, this feels like a Super Bowl 55 preview. It's Super Bowl last year.
How are you going to have a Super Bowl 55
Super Bowl
preview?
ask.
Super Bowl AFC team.
I said
ask.
Super Bowl.
You should ask. Super Bowl ask. Okay.
Like a clam bake ass?
Something like that.
Oh.
What about the LA Rams?
Yeah, I will say the Chiefs game is going to run. And then
Well, it can't be all about running. It can't be all about running. I think you go
up the middle, baby. Up the middle. Where those offensive lines?
Sorry, I want to keep the defense off balance. I want to see trick plays. I want to see over the top. I want to see down the middle. I want to see up your throat. I want not only do I want the fastball, but I want the changeup. I want the slider. I want
even a rugby throw, if you can believe that.
You know, I want so many different ways. This team is so confused. They have their heads spinning.
And I want Mahomes to get Russo.
Oh, yeah, same boys.
Second Russo reference of the night.
I'm so happy. I said Russo.
Yeah, I know we all are happy.
So, update on Jack Michael. Drager on that Hockey Talk Echo. The usual suspects, by the way, Jimbo. I'm told that in the mixed speculation ranges from LA to Anaheim. Both those clubs have downplayed that. Rangers have said no. Social media continues to point at the Rangers. The Rangers say no, that's not the case. So,
okay, where are you finding this? Pardon me.
Oh, Zach Reese. He's usually up on it.
Okay, so what do we think about? Okay, so that was 5 hours ago. Okay, this or that. Bless you. All right, so let's just. All right, so meanwhile, while we're.
You got some grapes?
Do we have a final score prediction for the game?
Right, okay. Okay, I'm okay.
Final score.
Okay, I'm gonna. All right, so I'm gonna project Bills win to take this 35-31. I mean, this is gonna be a classic shootout here. I think Josh Allen, their offense, is gonna have their best performance of the season. Early on, I think it's gonna be. I do think that No, actually, I'm gonna say 35-24. I think Kansas is still gonna put points, but I don't think they're gonna. That defense being the way it is, I don't think think that it's going to slow down the Bills' offense. I think the offense is going to steamroll. Like I said, all different ways. I think we're going to pull out this one 35-24.
Okay.
So quick math. So the Chiefs has scored 33 points, 36 points, 24, and 30.
No,
So
we've outscored points 110 to 30, 22 to 32. So
let's see. 33 and 24 is 57. 90, what is it? 57 and 42 is what? 99.
Yeah.
And if you add maybe the 24 or 36, that's over 130. That's close to 130. How many have we scored? Points total. I'm just trying to do this scientifically. So, 16 points we lost against the Steelers, and then 35, 43, and 40. So, 43, 40 is 83, plus 16 is 99, plus 35. We're going to be close. So what I'm saying is going to be within 3 points. So if I want to get to at least 40, you want to say 40-37 as my final score. As my second final score is 43-40 Bills. You have to go by the metrics.
Sure. I'll say 48-45 Bills.
whoa, 48-45. Like, are you expecting a shootout here?
It's going to be a shootout like the years ago when they play the Rams. I think it's going to be like that, a shootout.
I don't think it's going to be that high. In my mind, I think.
Has Kansas City faced a Bills defense like this at this point?
No, I don't think so, no. Because we were kind of rough. Well, at the end of the year, we were tired, but at the beginning of last year, we were kind of so-so, you know.
I mean, I don't know about the Ravens defense, the Chargers defense, and the Eagles defense. So,
I mean, I guess they were so-so. They played Cleveland, and Cleveland kind of took them to the kind of cleaners for a little bit, you know.
see, that's where a point I'm making. I mean, yeah, I agree with both everybody's assessments, but I mean, I don't know. Here's a hot take. Do you think the Bills defense right now is better than when Tampa beat them in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think so.
I agree. Another thing, another thing to talk about is like who needs this win more here? Why do we bring them? Who needs this win more? Bills or Chiefs?
I think the Bills do because I think honestly, guys, with the extra game, you're going to want that bye. That's going to be so key. I think the team who gets that bye in the playoffs, it's going to be very beneficial for them. I think.
I know the Bills want to win this to avenge their playoff loss against Kansas City. They haven't got over the hump of Kansas City since 2017 when Alex Smith played them. The Chiefs might want it just as bad. They don't want to be going 2-3 if they lose to the Bills. That's what will happen. Because the Bills and the Chiefs could be 3-2 by this next game. Because Buffalo's going to Tennessee after that.
Mm-hmm.
And I sure want to whip the Titans' rear.
No.
But if you win against Kansas City, you're building your lead on the division. You're definitely taking the lead in the AFC. And you can have all the confidence in the world to whoop Tennessee's butt. So, let's go, Buffalo.
Okay, so I'll agree. I'm going to take the Bills, but Bills for me, the Bills. But again, this is like I said earlier. The Chiefs have been the class in the AFC for several years now. And the Bills have not beaten them. So I think the Bills need this more so the Chiefs because I think the Chiefs can rebound and recover. The Bills need this more for morale thing. Because they need this. They feel like this is their obstacle. If they can beat the Chiefs, then I think that it gives them a shot of confidence, like Fred says. I feel like if you lose this game, game. It's kind of a moral setback for the. It's a moral setback for the Bills. I mean,
Yeah, I know. Well, the teams really. I think the regular season. I mean, the regular season's always mattered, but this season with the extra game and all, I think it really does matter. Like we need these teams are going to need that rest. Because last year, you could tell last year the team got really like tired down the stretch, and I think that kind of came into play, and I think that sort of came into play at the end. So, you know,
you're thinking fatigue is a factor,
right? What do you think,
like
Freddie?
said,
Who do you think?
I think
Or Jimbo?
What were you asking, Emerson?
I was going to ask you, what do you think for the NFC? Who's going to be the number one seed for the NFC?
I still think Tampa Bay. Arizona. Arizona.
Are they AFC West?
They only named 4-0.
Because I think it could come down to, is Arizona AFC, Emerson, or no? They're the NFC.
NFC, then the NFC.
All right, so Arizona is like a hot team right now.
Yeah.
I think Arizona could actually be ahead of Tampa Bay right now as a contender for the AFC. Honestly. What was the other team that you just mentioned, Jimbo? Besides Arizona, would you say Seattle would be over Tampa at this point?
No, I wouldn't put them ahead of Tampa. I think Tampa's
Chargers, I don't think have that well factor like they did last year.
No, I think the Chargers are a setting team. I think they're going to surprise people. Baltimore. We're still talking MC or MC. I'm trying to figure.
All right, so Arizona.
Yeah.
Who else?
The Cowboys. They've been impressive.
I was going to say the Cowboys. That's what I was thinking of. The Cowboys actually might have a shot at being a top team in the NFC this year.
Right. Maybe. I mean, we'll see with them. I mean, but what about Carolina? Now that they had Gilmore, what do you think about them?
That's
Carolina's been a surprise team to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Sammy's having good luck.
Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, so I look at they're 3-1 there, but I look at the pack. So the four teams I think are going to be contenders in the NFC are Cardinals, the Rams, Packers, and Seahawks.
It's amazing what Sam Darnold can do in a better offense than the Jets.
Right.
But I will say I watched the last 2 minutes of the Jets-Tennessee game. What a performance by Zach Wilson there,
I know he did come through.
I know we beat up on the Jets all the time, but I gotta give credit for the Jets. What a win against Tennessee. I mean,
yeah.
And the Chiefs the Titans are coming back. That's another tough game.
Yeah. The Jaguars are probably going to be the number one seed again. That's the number one pick next year.
The number one pick again.
They're going to be the number one pick, yeah.
I was listening about Urban Meyer too.
Okay, let's talk about Urban. So he was spotted at a hotel Saturday night with a woman there. And this is crazy. He's already on the hot seat. He's
not even on the hot seat. It's just his first year with the Jaguars.
After last weekend, yeah.
Yeah, once players he's there's no respect. He has no respect for the fans. It's the credibility there.
I think the players are losing credibility with him, as far as I heard on WGR this morning.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you do pull that kind of behavior, you don't even fly back with the team after a loss. I mean, win or lose. I don't know. It just speaks like, I don't know. It's a lot harder.
It's a disaster right now.
The Chip Kelly with the Eagles years back.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know what to say. Are they the only winless team?
Let's see.
Oh, Jaguars.
In the NFC. I don't know who. Let's see. There's a lot of 1-3s. Eagles, Giants are 1-3. Lions are 0-4. So the
Lions are 0-4.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah. Wow. So yeah, Jaguars, Lions.
I'm looking on the.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yep.
Yeah.
You got it. Who gets the number 1 pick then between them? Lions or who?
There's going to be another quarterback heavy class.
There's the kid from Oklahoma, and there's a kid, Spencer Rattler. I think he'd be the number 1 pick, probably. He's like a Kyler Murray kind of guy.
I don't think it's going to be a heavy quarterback class this upcoming draft.
No, it's 82 as far as that would go in the first round, so that'd be it.
Let's see. Detroit doesn't have Stafford anymore. And who?
Yeah, what do they do with Jared Goff? Do they?
Is Goff injured?
I don't know if did he get injured. I don't know.
I don't even know either. Because if he's injured, that's probably why they're 0-4. Jaguars just drafted a QB, so if the Jaguars get a number 1 pick, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, are they going to take another quarterback after they took Trevor Lawrence? I know the Cardinals did it a few years back, but I mean,
I think Jackson.
Detroit's got to go for a quarterback at this point if Jared Goff doesn't work.
Yeah, I think it's going to be that. That'll be what the case. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know what else is going to happen. There's that kid. Yeah, the North Carolina. That'd be it. So Spencer Rattler's probably your number 1 pick, and Detroit would probably take him.
The outside shot is Steelers and Colts. I think they even need quarterbacks more. I wouldn't be surprised if they trade up for a quarterback.
Yeah.
And Stephen A. Smith can't complain about the Cowboys this year right now.
I know. I don't even have cable anymore, so I don't even really pay attention to that anymore.
I'm glad you don't. Matt Rodman's off the show.
Yeah. Oh, hey, by the way, do you guys want to go see James Bond at some point?
Sure.
Any interest in James Bond, Jimmy?
Yeah. James Bond. I'm sorry, couldn't.
Thanks for the No Time to Die plug, Jim Emerson.
Yeah, let's see. Maybe we can go next week. Would you guys want to go next week?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, hey, let's go here with you.
And as usual, good night. And as usual, Quake's Texans were AEW tonight, so.
I told you the AEW plug was perfect.
Fred's promotional plugs work. All right.
I will blow it up again.
I'll see you boys next week, okay? See you boys next week. Have a good
one. All right, we're ending the show. Thank you, Emerson, for jumping on. We're about an hour long into this. Go Bills. See you sometime in the near future. Don't know when.
We will have updates on the Two Fiery Buffalo Williams podcast when that's going to air. So we'll see you guys at. I'm James Taylor, Emerson Miller, and Ferto of the SMI podcast. Hope you have a great weekend. Go Bills.
See you, Bills.
Yeah, thank you.
Take care.